Good morning from Baselworld 2018. I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, the largest search engine for wristwatches and official retailers on the net. And at BVLGARI, with me, Guido Terreni, a very warm welcome.
Thank you.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Tutto a posto stamattina?
Benissimo.
Okay. Guido and I are going to talk about the evolution of your ultra finissimo, ultra fine watches. And you're going to tell me the story about why BVLGARI did it, what was the intention of doing it. You are in charge of the watchmaking department.
I'm I'm general manager for the watches for BVLGARI.
So there's no one else, and no one better who could do that.
Thank you. So this is where we left each other last year. No, we were awarded countless time with this game changer of the ultra thin world, because the Octo Finissimo Automatic in titanium is first of all an aesthetic statement. It is taking out the ultra thin watches from traditional design and from formal usage occasion to allow a gentleman of today to enjoy the highest contemporary masculine elegance every day. Now, this year we are willing...
Let me just show how thin the watch is. People have to see that. Extreme. Beautiful. Stunning.
Thank you.
Now, it's like a slim fit. One of the finest Italian tissues you can buy, slim fit, wearing on a gentleman.
Thank you.
Can I say this?
Of course.
Yeah.
Also from the buckle side, because the buckle is hidden inside the bracelet to be slim fit also on the other side of the wrist.
So I will put it here.
So this was the first aesthetic statement. This monochromatic look, this sandblasted finishing, you recognize from 10-20 meters away that what you have on your wrist. So instead of doing like many would do, to add a black dial, to add a blue dial, we really wanted to play with this finishing, and we're innovating with this beautiful white sandblasted finishing that is a new patent that we are introducing, because you cannot rhodium steel because it peels off. So there is a sandblasted medical steel, which has to be very pure, coated with gold, coated with palladium, and then you do the rhodium to get to this wonderful white, very elegant and very young and fresh. It's a completely new look for a steel watch.
I try to open it quickly and to show the movement to the camera. Ultra thin movement, the thinnest. 223
is the movement.
223, imagine. How many components you see here?
They're around 138, I think.
A microcosmos.
A micro rotor in platinum.
Yeah, unbelievable. So we put the watch here to continue our little journey.
So, obviously the temptation goes also to the gold. So again, as it is in nature, sandblasted gold, the dial is in gold, the case is in gold, the bracelet is in gold, to give again another version of this monochromatic sandblasted look. And it's very masculine, very matte. Now you have a completely new way of looking at gold.
It's not shining off,
it's
showing off, it's understatement. Typical Italian.
Esatto.
Stile italiano.
Stile italiano.
Slim fit, most elegant.
So this is a trilogy.
They all have the same movement.
They all have the same movement.
This one is pretty heavy, it's gold.
Yeah, titanium is lighter, steel is a bit heavier, and the gold one is...
You really have something on the wrist, guys. Wow.
So this is...
still thin, of course.
This is extremely pure, rigorous. You see how clean the design is, very simple. And the design, the most simple things are most difficult to achieve, you know, because it's... Now, we said, let's do it black. But what is black in nature? Carbon. Mm-hmm. So that is why we have this wonderful minute repeater done in carbon that is extremely innovative. At my recall, I don't remember any brand doing a bracelet in carbon, because it's extremely difficult to make. And this is not injected, it's really how carbon is in nature. So you see these little lines that you have on the case, it's like a millefoglie of carbon, because it gives structure to the case.
So we can assume that every piece is a little bit different to the other?
Yes, because you cannot control how the material is, you know. And the dial is in carbon too, because it's one leaf of carbon. And why is it a minute repeater? Because carbon is chiming very, very well. Even louder than titanium, that is already, thanks to the density of the material, so strong.
Quickly open
Let's
up.
see if it's at the right time.
Now we will make a separate recording
Of the
to
time.
show.
And the other property of carbon is that it's extremely light. So this watch is only 47 grams, all the watch. So you have not only a visual experience, but also a sensorial experience, because you don't feel to have it on the wrist anymore.
Amazing sound.
So crystal, so clean, no, so non-metallic. Now this is a musical instrument, so it has to be in the right tone, it has to be in the right tempo, it has to have the constant intensity up to the end of the chime, which is extremely difficult to do, and the color, the soul of the sound.
Very
has
warm
to be
sound.
warm.
And amazing for
Thank
that
you.
thin movement to be so clear and loud.
Well, you know, a contradiction in terms to do a minute repeater that is thin, because you need volume to chime.
So the idea was to open up the dial. I think this
Open
was
up the dial to give
Yeah.
the resonance
If,
also.
if you
on
look
top.
closely, guys, you see that the numbers are cut out on the dial, and this gives the sound the opportunity to come out from the movement side, also to the upper side, and then the entire case is kind of a little loudspeaker on your wrist.
Exactly.
The sound is really amazing. I have to say. You see some minute repeaters being much thicker and not as elegant, of course, sounding not in that beautiful way. So we put it here.
Yes.
Again with the others.
So the first world record that we did was the tourbillon, manual tourbillon. So it was the thinnest tourbillon ever, 195 the movement, 5 millimeters the case. Then we did the minute repeater in titanium in 2016, the second record. The third record was the automatic last year, and now we have a fourth record which puts everybody at the highest possible benchmark, because we are introducing the thinnest automatic watch ever. That is, by the way, also a tourbillon.
I will put it. Look, we're running out of space. Too many watches. They are too creative, too innovative. Too many watches. So this is the new world record watch.
It's the fourth world record, and it is impossible to get to this technique almost, because when you have a movement of 195 manual and you want to make it thin, but you have to.
We're talking about 195 millimeters.
The movement.
The movement itself.
The movement itself.
Okay.
So when you add an automatic function, usually you add height. Well, it's not the case, because it's still 195, because we have done a peripheral rotor around the movement.
We cannot see it.
You see it from a slight window, but it's you have to be very close. So this is a masterpiece in terms of engineering to have this look, because when you have a rotor, may I show it? A rotor is on the outside of the movement, but you have a little problem because you have a crown here. So how can the rotor go where the crown has a tige? So we don't have a tige. So we have a system of wheels that allows to pass the rotor and to have the instruction of the crown to wind the barrel. So here now it's in a...
We won't see it.
You won't see it, but
then we have to just try to hold him onto the camera.
So basically, you have this push button that is a selector, then gives the instruction to the crown to set the time, or if you push it again, it winds the watch. So this is a technical device in order to allow the oscillating mass to be so thin, and because you don't interfere with the crown, because the crown doesn't have a tige anymore. And then the case 395, the thinnest automatic watch ever, is done in titanium. It could not be in other material because the titanium is more resistant. Gold would be too soft. That's why we had to close the back case and just give a little opening. So this is...
So the back case is part of the movement already? No, it's not?
No, the movement is independent from the case.
It's independent. This was a question that I have been asked many times. Is the case like with one of your competitors, he uses the case already as part of the movement?
We have an independent movement, and we have a case with only two components, because you encase it from the top and you close it from the bezel.
Here's the selector. If you want to zoom in, so the little selector to choose, either you want to set time or wind the watch.
Exactly.
So
you see the consistency of the aesthetic, and you see the technical challenge that we had to go there. So this is really, first of all, an aesthetic statement of Italian elegance, contemporary, and then done exquisitely, because without the highest Swiss watchmaking skills, you would never be able to have this watch in flesh.
combining both is
That's
what it needs.
But aesthetic drives every choice in Bulgari. Yes.
Very interesting to see the development that Bulgari did. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to like our videos.